Hi, just a quick update from my last video when I thought I had virus. Um, I went to the ER last night. I ended up having to call 911 when I couldn't breathe anymore. So I was in the ER, and they said that I was having a severe asthma attack, and that my lungs were pretty closed. So they put me on oxygen and gave me 4 nebulizer treatments back to back. And it didn't help, just made me really shaky, but I was still having trouble breathing. So they did a chest x-ray, and it said that I had pneumonia. So on top of the asthma, that I haven't had an attack for more than 10 years. But it was all the smoke in the city. I live in Seattle, and all the smoke came. It got so bad that the sky was red. You couldn't see the sun. It's supposed to be 80 degrees, but it was only 60-something because the sun was being blocked out. And I stayed in my apartment with the windows closed, and I never went outside. But the smoke was getting in here. So I noticed some wheezing then. But I thought, oh, it'll be okay after the smoke's gone. But it did a little bit when the smoke was gone. But then I started having like sinus headaches where my whole face hurt, and I was having a fever. But I wasn't coughing or having trouble breathing then. I saw my doctor on Friday, and she gave me a COVID test and said all my symptoms looked exactly like COVID. And she told me to go home and isolate myself and not talk to anybody in person. So I did. But it started, this was on Friday, and it was Saturday. Yesterday I started having trouble breathing. I was having trouble catching my breath. And it progressively got worse until I ended up calling the ambulance, and they came and took me into the hospital. And after all of that, then they gave me intravenous steroids to help open my chest up, and it wasn't doing any good. So they did the x-ray, and they found the pneumonia. So I was in pretty bad shape, and I still am. But after they treated me and stuff and kept me overnight, I came home today because they gave me antibiotics in the IV too, and then they gave me some to bring home, and a albuterol inhaler, which isn't helping, and I'm still having trouble breathing. But it started to move a little while ago. I'm still really short of breath, so if this keeps on all night and gets any worse, I'll go back to the ER. But I'm going to see my doctor first thing in the morning and she's going to put me on a nebulizer here at home, and they're going to check my lungs, or she is, and find out if what's going on. So I never thought I'd be happier than hell to get pneumonia and an asthma attack. I've never had one bad like this. And I haven't had one, like I said, for more than 10 years. And I'm really weak. And my head keeps hurting, so I know I'm still getting a fever. But I've been taking Tylenol, and they did another COVID test at the hospital, and the results came back tonight negative. So that's one thing to be happy for. And but I'm okay, and I just wanted to update everybody. Thank you for your prayers.